Hello, everyone at Estevão Lives. If you like the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel.
In other news, we were all up late last night. You might have been too, watching Sean Hannity's exclusive interview with Elon and with President Trump. You know that they're working on Doge together, saving us a lot of money. They're saying, what, $55 trillion? Billion.
That's what they say.
$55 billion they have saved so far, and that's just been in the first month. Here's a portion of that interview.
I think the way to think of me is like I'm a technologist, and I try to make technologies that improve the world and make life better.
Your shirt.
Yeah, and that's why I like my T-shirt says tech support, because I'm here to provide the president with technology support. And now that may seem like, well, is that a silly thing? But actually, it's a very important thing, because the president will make these executive orders, which are very sensible and good for the country, but then they don't get implemented. One of the biggest functions of the Doge team is just making sure that the presidential executive orders are actually carried out. And this is, I just want to point out, this is a very important thing, because the president is the elected representative of the people. So he's representing the will of the people. And if the bureaucracy is fighting the will of the people and preventing the president from implementing what the people want, then what we live in is a bureaucracy and not a democracy.
You write a beautiful executive and you sign it and you assume it's going to be done, but it's not. What he does is he takes it, and with his 100 geniuses, he's got some very brilliant young people working for him that dress much worse than him, actually.
Yeah,
they dress in just T-shirts. You wouldn't know they have 180 IQ.
Wait a minute. So he's your tech support.
No, he is.
I actually
but he's
am
much
tech
more
support.
than that.
I
Yeah.
actually am tech support, though. But that's,
he gets it done. He's a leader.
He is a leader. And, you know, his companies have been leaders in software development as well. And one of the things that President Trump signed yesterday was about the Software Modernization Initiative. And that is something this federal government has needed for a while. I mean, how many times have you heard in the last week or two when Elon Musk has talked about, you know, there are a bunch of, according to the Social Security database, there are a bunch of 150-year-old people who would be eligible for Social Security. It's simply because the way the federal government technology is set up, it's antiquated, and it's time to get to 2025 rather than using systems that date back into the 80s.
Yeah, so they're both talking about the roles they're going to play, and what he's doing, too, is leaning out every division. Now he's focused on the IRS. He's just got off of education, and he's going to be jumping into the Pentagon. So hopefully everyone understands they got to go. What he does with his organization, he'll fly in and he'll say everyone gets 15 minutes of FaceTime with the CEO, at which time you describe what you're doing. A lot of people get raises on the spot. A lot of people say, I think I got to let you go. He will let you go right there. So that is jarring a lot of the federal workforce. And this was one lighter moment from their exchange that people are taking serious, as if Donald Trump was looking for someone smarter. Watch.
So I found the partnership between Donald Trump and Elon Musk truly impressive. Musk's support for Trump shows that he genuinely cares about the future of the USA and wants to help make the government more efficient. The creation of Department of Government Efficiency is a crucial initiative, and Musk, with his innovation mindset, is the perfect person to lead this effort.
You know, I wanted to find somebody smarter than him. I searched all over. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't.
You really tried hard.
I couldn't find anyone smarter, right? So we had it for the country.
But this is the thing.
We settled on this.
well,
guy.
thanks for having me.
So
I'm just trying to be useful
This is
here. I think President Trump is a good man, and he's, you know.
It's nice the way he said that. You know, there's something nice about it.
It really is. You know, because I mean, the president's been so unfairly attacked in the media. It's really outrageous. And I've at this point spent a lot of time with the president, and not once have I seen him do something that was mean or cruel or wrong. Not once.
You know, I've known him for 30 years.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anybody take as much as he's taken.
Yeah.
And we've discussed this, and I'm like, how do you deal with it?
Did I have a choice?
Well, you would say that to me. I'm like, what am I going to do?
Yes.
Worry about it?
What choice he had?
You know, and then culminating in 2 assassination attempts,
It's
which
ridiculous.
resulted in your endorsement.
Well, I was going to do it anyway, but that was
it.
Precipitating event. Yeah.
That speeded it up
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
The day of the
I
assassination.
didn't know that.
Yeah. It sped it up, but I was going to do it anyway.
I mean, it is truly, there's so much that has happened under Trump's tenure, even before he ran. I mean, it was just months ago Ainsley, you and I were here on was it Sunday or Saturday, covering his first assassination attempt. And I think there was something to Elon saying, I think you're a good man. You know, you haven't asked me to do anything unethical or anything like that. You're trying to serve the American people. And when you get to the bottom of Doge and its relationship with Elon Musk, this should be no surprise to anyone. He campaigned on it. He said he was going to send Elon in there. I guess we should only be surprised that it's working, but and the amount of waste that he's found, but we shouldn't be surprised that it's happened.
I thought the interview really humanized them. I liked when they were laughing together. They seemed very relaxed with each other. But they're actually just doing exactly what he promised when he ran. And Democrats have run on the same message to save Americans money, to get rid of all the waste, but they never did it. So Donald Trump comes into office and he exposes how much money is being spent on DEI programs, how much we're giving to other countries, wasteful spending. So it's not a constitutional crisis when you're saving Americans money, and it's becoming more clear what the Democrats were doing. And this is not a hard sell. They're saving $55 billion, and then Elon is showing an interest in the idea that would guarantee a $5,000 payment to every American, the Doge dividend.
But we're $2 trillion over budget. He's going to get to the point where he's got to cut $1 trillion, and when you cut, it definitely hurts. But if you explain to people what you're doing in the big picture, if the #1 expenditure can be on our country and not on debt, everyone understands that because we all took out mortgages. You know, you spend your first 15 years just paying off the interest on your mortgage. And sometimes, I know I did, you have situations where you have a credit card debt and a lot of your money goes to paying the minimum payments. You can't get ahead. That's the mindset. So if the president could just put together a Karl Rove, I know him and Carl don't get along great, but a Karl Rove whiteboard, just say, here's the expenditures, here's our record revenue. And here's the interest.
Brian, I believe this is our only shot. You got Elon Musk, who's the richest man in the world, so he can't be bought. You got a president of the United States that this is it for him. He doesn't need to be reelected. All of the rest of the people in Congress knew that we need to cut. All the former presidents.
They okayed the money.
They knew this the whole time, but they were too cowardly because no one wants to be the bad guy.
Right.
You got two people that are okay with being the bad guy, right?
Well, here's the thing. Ultimately, I know the Democrats' hair is on fire right now about Doge, but expect in the future, Democratic presidents in the future, following Donald Trump, are going to do exactly the same tactics
100%.
and have the same legal interpretation of their constitutional duty to do exactly the same thing. So it's new to all of us, but look for essentially the presidency being Trumpified going forward. People are going to do this for
They're going to target
generations.
programs that the Republicans like.
Really,
The next
really quickly
100%.
before we move on to your great interview that you just had, he also said Neuralink, he's going to help work on the blind to see and spinal cord injuries so that you can walk again. They've already implanted in 3 different quadriplegics to use this computer to help control their thinking and help them all, help these
And
quadriplegics.
just for the record, for people out there, when it comes to being the bad guy, that we are the good cops and Ainsley's a bad cop. So you're always the bad cop.
I'm not jumping
and
on
come
that.
on,
I'm not doing
I
that.
come in
Me
the good
neither.
cops.
I'm not doing that.
That
You're
could be
on
your
your
range.
own
That's
with
where
this.
it
You're on your
works.
own with your
Yes.
analysis. Me and Steve aren't signing up.
Wait, what made you say that? What are you talking about?
Well, because good cop, bad cop. He comes in, he makes the hard decision, has to get reelected.
Brian,
you make the tough decisions.
We're all good
we
cops.
We are good cops.
We're a good.
I want to be a good cop.
couch. You want a good couch?
It's just like I don't want to be the bad guy.
Man.
She's got to make. She makes the budget cuts, and we go. I can't do anything.
Okay.
The producers
All
are the
right,
bad
give me your
cops.
bank account. Give me your credit card.
What stood out to me the most was how Musk recognized the irrationality of many criticisms against Trump, comparing it to Trump derangement syndrome. He saw firsthand how the media and certain groups react hysterically at the mere mention of Trump. This only reinforces how there is a biased narrative trying to discredit anyone who genuinely wants to improve the country. Musk's concern for free speech is also something I fully support. He understands that Democrats are trying to restrict fundamental rights, which is extremely dangerous for democracy. Moreover, his expertise in cutting waste and optimizing processes could be revolutionary for the government, helping to reduce unnecessary spending. Seeing 2 brilliant minds like Trump and Musk working together is incredibly positive. This partnership has the potential to bring real change and improve public administration, something the U.S. desperately needs.